Hi, my name is Teddy and I'm here to talk about the public transport system. This is part 2. You won't get it unless you watch part 1. So please just click on the annotation here and you can watch part 1 of it. So I suggest you watch part 1 and then come back and watch part 2. So you finally arrive at the train station, right? You sit down and wait for your mate to get off the train. Okay, and so you're sitting at the station and then there's always one junkie who has to come to the station, right? Train stations are known for having junkies. And out of everywhere, there's all these seats in the station, there's 2 platforms. He comes and sits right next to you and starts conversation with you. Honestly, and in your mind, you're like, oh, you know, why are you sitting next to me? There's all these seats everywhere. You can't sit next to me. Like, what do we have in common? We have absolutely nothing in common. These can't get lost or something. Go drink your alcohol somewhere else. Go smoke your weed somewhere else. Go chrome somewhere else. Why are you sitting next to me doing this shit? And then you always get saved by the train saying, oh, it's coming in 2 minutes. And, so you get up to the platform to go get your mate. Alright? And so you go and stand on the platform. So I'm waiting, and then the train's about to come, and I see no one get off. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell? So I call up my mate, and I'm like, hey, where are you? And he's like, oh, I'll miss the train, I'm going to catch the next one. And then in the distance, I see ticket inspectors come off. And then they start approaching me. Now, I don't know about yous, but ticket inspectors always look like they've got something up their ass. Like, they think they're the CSI or FBI, whatever. They're like walking in them big ass jackets, jackets that could fit like me and 3 other me's. And, we're walking, they're walking towards me. And, they're like looking around, they think they're notorious. People who don't have tickets start running and everything. And then, I don't know about other states, but in Melbourne, you need a ticket to be on the platform. Now, I never knew this when they approached me. So, they came up to me and they're like, ticket please. And I'm like, oh, I'm here waiting for my friend, he didn't get off this train. And then they started explaining this law to me. Now, honestly, Victoria, do we seriously need a ticket to wait for a mate? What if we change our mind? What if we don't want to hop on the thing? We need a ticket to wait for a friend. And I don't know about the ticket inspectors. The ticket inspectors are really dog. Like they come up to me, and they're all aggressive and all, swearing at me. And just because I'm underage, it doesn't mean you have the right to swear at me and shit. Who do you think you are? You're only a ticket inspector, alright? You're not above the law. You're nothing. You're just a ticket inspector. You ask me for my ticket. If I don't have it, if I give a good enough explanation, you don't give me a fine. It's simple. You're not the FBI, alright? You're not Bad Boys 2 or something. Then after explaining to them that I didn't know the law, they're like, alright, we'll let you slide. So I'll go buy my ticket, and me being the rebel I am, I'll buy concession, and I'll validate it, and then the train comes and I hop onto it. Now, how come every time you hop onto a train, it always smells like shit? Now, I pay all these taxes, alright? Mate, not my money's not enough, but everyone pays all these taxes, and the train still, they still smell like shit. What the hell? Where does all this tax money go? Seriously, I use trains on a daily basis. I pay all my taxes and the trains still smell like shit. Do something about it, Metro. Come on. You're already 20 minutes late, and some trains that always go 3 times slower than average. Like, it's going slowly. It's like, what the fuck, man? You've got all this train track and you're going this slow. Hurry up, man. If you're a train driver and you're watching this, then just hurry up, man. Speed up just a little bit. You never know, some person on the train is pretty late. Okay, you just need to hurry up a little bit, please. Then on your carriage, you always have some cunts that are talking loud. Like they're sharing their whole conversation with the whole train, and it's always something that really isn't appropriate to discuss on a train in public. And I said, come at me, bro, come at me. And he came at me, and then I pulled out the knife on him, and I'm like, listen, if you don't give me the money, cunt, I'll fucking stab you. And then he gave me the money, and everything was good. And then I fucking did a bolt, and I bolted all the way. Oh, isn't that a lovely conversation, huh? Just keep silent to yourself, man. And then when you're close to approaching the city, the train always stops. It stops in the middle of nowhere. There's no train stations. Like, we just stop halfway and it just stops. And everyone looks at each other and, you know, they're like, what the fuck is going on? Everything. And even worse, the train drivers don't explain it. They're just out of nowhere. They keep going. What the fuck is this shit? Alright guys, thanks for watching. And you can share your public transport experience in the comments below. Share this with your friends. Thanks for watching. Take care.